Life is like an unpredictable journey, where each of us faces challenges that seem impossible to overcome. Have you ever felt like all your plans are falling apart, and you can't understand why? Imagine being thrust into a hopeless situation, stranded on a deserted island, with no shelter, no food, and no sign of rescue. The story of a man who survived on such an island reveals a profound lesson. Challenges can sometimes be hidden blessings with deeper meanings. A shipwreck left a lone survivor stranded on a desolate island, while everyone else aboard perished. He was miraculously spared, drifting ashore with nothing but the grace of God. Awakening to his dire situation, he prayed fervently for help. Yet, day after day, no help came. Gradually, he resigned himself to his fate. He built a small hut out of wood and grass to shield himself from the elements, surviving on coconuts and fish he caught. The hut became his only possession, a fragile semblance of stability. One fateful day, while cooking a meal, the fire spread uncontrollably and engulfed his hut in flames, leaving him with nothing. In anger and despair, he looked up to the sky and cried, "Why, God? I begged for help, but now you've taken away the only thing I had. Why are you so cruel?" But the next morning, to his astonishment, a ship appeared on the horizon. The captain explained that they had seen the smoke signal coming from the island and came to investigate. At that moment, the man realized that the fire that destroyed his hut was not a curse, but a blessing in disguise, a signal that saved his life. It was part of God's greater plan, one that exceeded the man's limited understanding. When faced with difficulties, it's easy for us to fall into despair and blame others or even higher powers. Yet this story reminds us that what seems like a loss can often be the turning point toward something better. Imagine someone unexpectedly losing their job. While initially devastating, it could lead to discovering new opportunities, acquiring new skills, or finding a more fulfilling career path. Like the man on the island, we must hold on to faith even when everything seems to be working against us. Human beings often create plans based on what they see and understand in the moment. However, God's vision extends far beyond our own. The setbacks we face may be part of a larger, bolder, and better plan. Take, for example, the story of Steve Jobs. Forced to leave Apple, the very company he founded. Many viewed it as the greatest failure of his life. Yet, this period allowed him to build Pixar and eventually return to Apple with a new vision, transforming it into one of the most successful companies in the world. Challenges are not only tests of resilience but also opportunities for growth. If the man on the island had not endured loss and despair, he would never have realized that the fire was his salvation. Similarly, every challenge in life contains the potential for learning, change, and improvement. Consider the tale of a farmer who lost his only horse when it ran away. His neighbors came to console him, but he simply said, "Good luck or bad luck. Who's to say?" Days later, the horse returned with a herd of wild horses. The neighbors congratulated him, yet he responded the same way, "Good luck or bad luck. Who's to say?" Soon after, his son broke his leg while trying to tame one of the wild horses. The neighbors expressed their sympathy, but again the farmer remained calm, saying, "Good luck or bad luck. Who's to say?" A week later, the army came to draft young men into service but spared his son due to his injury. Each event, whether seemingly good or bad, led to unexpected outcomes, showing that immediate judgments can be misleading. Another illustrative story involves a seed buried deep in cold, dark soil. It might feel abandoned, trapped in darkness, but over time, it begins to sprout, pushing upward toward the light, eventually growing into a thriving plant. Without enduring its time in the dark, the seed could never have grown. The story of the fire on the island and these other examples remind us that challenges in life always carry a purpose. What you perceive as a failure today might be the foundation for success tomorrow. Instead of blaming fate, seek the lessons hidden within every situation. Keep moving forward and trust that time will reveal the meaning behind it all. Always remember, God has a plan for each of us. It may be hard to understand at first, but it is always greater, bolder, and better than anything we could imagine. Whatever you're facing today, believe that it is part of a grander journey leading you to the best that life has to offer.